Delivering in the clutch in the 10th inning last night. Red Sox pulled out game one here against Texas. Now the Sox again will be without Jarren Duran. He is serving the second game of his two-game suspension for the homophobic slur he uttered to a heckling fan on Sunday. The Red Sox decision to suspend Duran made in consultation with Major League Baseball. He will also be required to take part in a sensitivity training program. So tonight ends that suspension. He should be back in the lineup for the finale here against Texas come tomorrow. Dave O'Brien alongside Lou Merloni and also Jemiah Webster. Obviously a huge couple of days for the organization, for the Red Sox throughout New England. From the time you and I were kids, we knew about the Jimmy Fund. We contributed to the Jimmy Fund. Some of us used to carry green cans around our neighborhoods asking for quarters and dollar bills from our neighbors.
Yeah, and you know, with what I was doing earlier with the radio show, I mean, I've done 17 of these now, and it's an honor just to be part of it. You mentioned we grew up here. I played here. I know what this means. I know how important these 2 days are. The advancements they have made from the first year I have done this till now is what it's all about, right? Less sad stories. And it's really about what happens here in the next 2 days to make that happen.
We have some wonderful guests on the air with us throughout the broadcast tonight. Red Sox taking to the diamond on a beautiful night against the Texas Rangers. Here's a look at their lineup. It's brought to you by Nissan. Marcus Semion's going to lead things off at the top. The danger is Corey Seagers at short. Smith the DH. Garcia in right field. Lowe is the first baseman. He's a Gold Glover. Josh Young is at third with Wyatt Langford in left field. Carson Kelly does the catching. Leody Taveras is in center field and batting ninth against the Red Sox starter. Brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. Cutter Crawford having a lot of trouble keeping the ball in the ballpark. He'll be tested tonight, 7-9 with a 4.11 ERA.
All right, let's take a look at the Red Sox defense presented by Bigelow Tea. Across the infield, you got Rafi Devers at third base. David Hamilton's your shortstop. Nick Sogard is at second with Dom Smith at first base. In the outfield, left to right, it's Refsnyder, Rafaela, and Abreu with Connor Wong doing the catching.
The umpires tonight here for the middle game. Eric Bacchus has home plate. Laz Diaz is the crew chief. He's at first. Trip Gibson at second. Mike Estabrook at third. We're available. The telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP is brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Weather forecast is just beautiful tonight. Mostly clear and 78. If it could stay that way, Lou, if you'd say, look, I'm going to make your promise the rest of the season, every night's going to be like this, I take it.
You can't beat this, huh? Even the wind, there's not that much wind here tonight at Fenway Park. Been a little up and down here recently, but this is a beautiful night here at Fenway.
So Cutter Crawford last time out, he lasted just 3 2/3 at Kansas City, took the loss. He was charged with 6 runs in an 8-4 defeat, and he is desperate to turn things around. The first half he was a different pitcher. The second half, well, he's already given up 27 home runs. That's the most in the league.
Yeah, 13 here in the last 4, and 12 of those came in 3 straight. Witt took him out in the first inning out in Kansas City. Then it looked like he got a little afraid of contact, right? Because he walked 4 guys, which is something he doesn't do, and that really got him out in trouble out in Kansas City.
Semien will start it, and here we go. After the first pitch, he flies that one to center field. Rafaela back all the way to the track to run that down, one away on one pitch. As we take a look at Crawford's pitching arsenal presented by Audi.
Yeah, and you look at the pitches and the percentage-wise. Look at the slugging percentages. The four-seamer, the cutter, to the sweeper have been getting hit real hard. They've given up some home runs, 9, 10, and 7 in that order. The split and the knuckleball, the usage isn't up there. I'd like to see him implement that a little bit more. But first off, I'd be careful in the first pitch against this guy.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. And it's ball 1.
Smart pitch. 12 home runs on the first pitch Corey Seager had. 12 on the first pitch. We saw one last night. And Cutter himself has given up 6. So that's, I almost said throw the ball to the backstop and let's start off 1-0.
Yes. He's hit 7 home runs in August, so he's hitting them against everybody, but he's 4 for 8, 2 home runs against Cutter. Overall, he has hit 26.
4 homers in 4 games. You circle this guy right now and say, I don't want him to beat me. Go get Josh Smith
in there for a strike. You know, frankly, it's been a real issue for the Red Sox pitching staff as a whole against the elite home run guys people like Judge and Soto and Ohtani and a half dozen other guys, including Yordan Alvarez the other day with Houston, rattle up the middle. Hamilton will gun it over to get him. Good start tonight against him. 2 up and 2 down.
I was mentioning that curveball and the split combination. We saw 2 curveballs to Seager, and that one there was the split. You know, so many times you hear about this philosophy here, right? Like the pitch is getting hit a lot, let's not throw it as much. The pitch has been good, let's throw it more. Those 2 pitches have been very, very good for him. And I'd like to see him get those percentages up for both of them.
Josh Smith, 270 with a dozen home runs. It's been a tough year for Texas following a magical run to the World Series last year. Right now at 55 and 64. They're 8.5 behind front-running Houston. Still got one of the great managers in the game in Bruce Bochy. There's only so much a manager can do. They are 10 out in the wild card. And they are really miles away from serious consideration at this point in the season.
Well, they really sold out last year. Now they won it. So good for them, right? Like that's what it's all about. But the injuries, you know, Scherzer not coming back. DeGrom had some other guys young at third base, been out for a while. And offensively, everyone's just down a tick, you know, from what they were last year.
And they were sensational. That one hooked down the line foul. Offensively, that's really how they powered their way to a championship.
Yeah, I remember doing some of the games last year right in the lineup. So by the time you're done, you're dizzy, you know, because there's so much production top to bottom. And one of the best offenses in baseball this year, more middle of the pack.
What a difference a year makes. Fangraphs puts their playoff odds at 1%.
They got a chance.
Still got a chance. 0-2 popped up on the infield for Raffy. And Devers will put that away, and a quick start for Cutter. 1-2-3 they go. Last night's hero is in left. Raffy Devers trying to get out of a slump. He's at third. Connor Wong followed by Abreu, Smith, Sogard, and Rafaela. Taking on the Rangers starting pitcher tonight, Jose Urena. Brought to you by PNC Bank. He's 3-7, 3.74 ERA. Red Sox got him for 7 earned runs 11 days ago.
Yeah, they got him. Bray with a 2-run bomb. Then they put it on him in the 4th. He's got some pretty good. It's a good arm. I mean, kind of reliever starters now in this rotation with all the injuries. You see the line there against Sox August 2nd. 96 in the tank. He's got a good changeup too. Kind of similar arsenal to say a guy like Bayo. Sinker, slider, change, mixes in a 4-seamer. See a lot more changeups versus this left-handed lineup.
1-2 will miss. Red Sox have just been striking out at a ridiculous rate as of late. They've struck out a lot all year, but 55 times in the last 4 games, 15 times last night. So that's gotten out of hand.
Yeah, well, worked that road trip, came back at the weekend off, could watch him on TV, and didn't even recognize him. I mean, this is a lineup. You say, well, is the righty starting? Perfect. We're going to grind him out. If it's a great one, he'll go 5 1/3. If it's a bad one, we're going to put 6 on him.
Sure.
And I know, listen, I know Houston has got some good young arms over there, but.
It's going to be popped up into left field down the line. Langford moving over. And the youngster will make the catch. 1 out.
Take a look at the Rangers defense across the infield. Josh Young, he is at third base. Middle of the infield, you got Seager and Simeon with Nathaniel Lowe at first base. In the outfield, left to right, Wyatt Langford, Leody Taveras, Adolis Garcia, and Carson Kelly be doing the catching.
Masataka Yoshida digs in at 274, 7 home runs. He also has been bitten by the home run. I should say the strikeout bug. He's going to get drilled here. 98 miles an hour as that runs into Plunkett.
That'll wake you up. Early on, a little 98 piece on the try. See where it got him. Yeah, just above that elbow guard. I'm telling you, they're going to get those elbow guards. They're going to go all the way up to the shoulder. Just keep adding to them anyways. But no base runner. Plenty of base runners the other night. Look at that. 9 walks. From Texas, the 4th time Texas has delivered 9 walks in a game.
Yeah, that was a weird game. Great the way it ended because of Rob Refsnyder. The walk-off hit in 10, getting right at 300 with 7 home runs.
Once they brought that lefty in, you're like, this is probably the one guy you want in the whole order up against him. He delivered.
His second career walk-off RBI. Both of them have come against Texas. Tonight, a rematch of a mound matchup of 11 days ago. The Red Sox won 11-6.
Yeah, it was a game in Qatar. It was a part of that strange run. I remember they win the ball game 5-3, 5 innings, only 3 hits, but it was 3 solo homers. Like he was locked in, and then he would give up a solo shot. Locked in and give up a solo shot.
1-2. The sinker gets by him at 97 to strike him out. First K in the book tonight. 2 down. We take a look at Ureña's pitching arsenal presented by WB Mason.
As I said, very similar to Bale, right? Sinker slider change combo. That changeup rate will be up higher today with these lefties. Didn't throw the 4-seamer at all last start against the Red Sox, but he'll mix that in.
Raffy swinging at the first one, drives that one deep back toward the wall, and that catches some green. Here comes Massa. Chugging into third, going to wave him in. Throw comes into second. Now home. He will slide. It gets by. He's in with a run. Down to second, Devers. Red Sox strike first tonight, 1-0, as Raffy finds the wall.
This is a great call. Kyle Hudson over at third base. He identifies where this throw is going, and it's going to second for some reason. I know Massa's on first base, but Langford, you still got to respect it. You still got to go throwing home. You're not going to get Devers on a double on this throw. And because of the direction of this throw, Hudson's able to see it. Probably no intention of sending Massa until he sees it coming up firing to second base. Throws offline. Sox up 1-0 here. Big shot. Good to see from Raffy, too.
Yes, indeed. Connor Wong here, and he'll swing and miss because Raphael had been 2 for 19 before this.
Yeah, this is nice. Just attacking the first pitch. Even though it's down, he can expand and still smoke it. Off that left field wall. There's a ton of swing and miss in his game so far this month.
0-2. Connor's only seen this right-hander 2 times. He has 2 hits off him.
Devers, he had a 12-game hitting streak, and since that was broken up, it was 2 for 19. Punched out 3 times last night.
And the 0-2 gets a piece of it to hang in there. And when you see him skidding a little bit like that, deciding, hey, I'm going the other way. I'm going for the monster.
Yeah, I like him just sitting back and using his hands. You know, he had Sunday off, so obviously the shoulders still bothered him a little bit. Might be both, right? With that other one, that defensive play, so he needed some time, and he hasn't just looked right. See him chasing outside the zone. When he's getting fastballs by him, his body is drifting. He's losing connection with his hands. Hands stay back, body goes forward, and with that, your hands, you get long. And that's when you see Devers swinging through pitches, you don't understand why.
He can do that. He can get discombobulated, and then for about a week, you're like, what happened? And then for the next 3 weeks, he'll hit 400.
Like Cole always says, just one swing. You know, maybe that's a swing. 98, sinker down and in, committed to left, drives it off the wall. It's always one swing away.
He's at second with 2 down. Little pop up here behind third, drifting out Young and Seager. Young will make the catch. Side retire, but the Red Sox get on the board, 1-0.
Back here in Boston, 1-0 Red Sox here in the top of the second inning, and you guys talked about it a little bit, but there's no other way about it. Cutter Crawford, as of late, he has been struggling, been sporting a 10.61 earned run average in 4 starts since the All-Star break, and you guys better believe that he's aware of it. I was actually talking with him in between starts, and he mentioned to me how the work is constant with him. He's always tinkering and getting with the pitching staff and trying to find ways to improve. And one of the things that he wanted to work with this week is on his lower half. He said trying in ways to work it down the mound and figure out a way to get his leg pushing off the way he wanted to. So he wanted to get up on the mound and do some bullpens to create that muscle memory, that feel. And he had a good first inning, guys. Hopefully it's something that he discovered going forward.
Yeah, he's retired the first 4 tonight.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, he hasn't thrown a sweeper yet. And that has been a pitch that, again, it's been getting hit here lately. That and the cutter.
Get another ground ball here to his right. It's Sogard. 2 up, 2 down very quickly. Josh Young will be next.
Like, I'm really curious about like just the usage here all night. Again, like the cutter and the sweeper. He's given up of those 13 home runs here recently. 6 have been on the cutter. I give that sweeper, I believe it was Witt out in Kansas City. To righties have been hitting it. Lefty's been hitting that cutter. Haven't seen it. Haven't seen the sweeper yet.
Young 281 with 3 home runs. Cutter gave up 12 home runs in 3 starts prior to his last one against Kansas City. It was a major league record since 1901. Batting stats presented by your local New England Honda dealers.
I mean, it's kind of hard to even explain. Like, you know, part of you wonder, is it somewhat fluky? I mean, this guy would give up 5 hits and 3 would be homers. Like throwing a good baseball game, but it was 3 solo shots. Just begging for a double in the gap. You know, 2 outs, just lace the double in the gap. I'll get the next guy. Instead, it's just a point.
Yeah, his 13 home runs given up in 4 starts have tied a major league record. He's given up 5 or more runs in 4 consecutive starts. Early in the season, he wasn't giving up any home runs.
No, they got to get him going.
Well, trying to make it a second consecutive 1-2-3 inning to begin his night. 2 down, bases clean. And a cut and a miss to put him away. There's your sweeper. He strikes him out. They go in order. Sox up 1-0 against Texas. We go to the bottom half of the second inning at Fenway. Abreu and Dom Smith and then Nick Sogard up against the right-hander Urena. Red Sox getting on the board on a Rafi Devers RBI double to plate Yoshida in the first inning. Wilyer Abreu at 268 with 12 home runs. 6 home runs, 23 RBIs his last 26 games. As he'll float that one down the left field line, that's going to sink off into the seats. 0-2.
He's just been so good. Big run producer, as you mentioned, the last month or so. Especially sitting where he is in the lineup. You know, you've seen him hit 2. Yoshida kind of flip-flop a little bit, but this is all about extending this lineup, and he's good against Texas.
Sure has.
Remember that last game in Texas was the night he had found out his grandmother passed away the night before. He had back-to-back bombs. Emotional day for Wilyer.
We were chatting about that earlier today, and Wilyer said it's the highlight of his major league career to this point. Look at that first home run. Very emotional indeed.
Yeah, Oppo off Nate. And, you know, at this point, nobody really knew. He kept this thing to himself all day until he got back and got emotional. The moment got to him, players started realizing what had happened. He had finally actually told somebody. Very supportive group, obviously behind him, knowing what he's going through. The next at bat was the crazy one, right? Cora just kind of knowing what was going on, lefty on lefty. Usually pinch hits for him. Hasn't hit a bomb off a lefty. Had a good feeling. Leaves the yard.
Got a piece of it to hang in. So, I mean, to this point, that's the best moment of his career. I think the catch he almost made against the Yankees would have been somewhere in the top 3.
Yeah. That was something else. He said, I talked to him about that. He said he thought he had it, but his arm, where glove arm, actually hit a chair and knocked it out. But this is what he does. This kid, he's going to be a really good player. Yeah, you talk about 5 tools. Talk about prospect list all you want. The guy's a great athlete in right. He's got a cannon. He's got pop. Controls the zone. Good hitter. Run the bases.
3-2. It's one of those, the further you get away from the trade with Houston, the better it looks.
Oh, it's beautiful, wasn't it?
It's a steal. They pitch. He'll chop that one to the second baseman. Semien from the grass. One away.
Yeah, to the point where you're almost thinking, man, if you kept going, what else could you have gotten?
Right.
Remember that year there?
Keep asking.
Trying to stay in between.
Rookie of the Year contenders. Will, you're right in the middle there.
Yeah, recently I saw some ratings. You know, Abreu, Cedon, like Langford's in front of him. Look at these numbers. Like, sorry, but they don't compare. And then there's others too that are position players ahead of them that I just don't understand. Austin Wells is ahead of them. Kyle's just having a nice year, but especially what that guy does defensively, what Abreu does defensively.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Me neither.
Of course, no votes been taken. Dom Smith, 237 with half a dozen home runs. Red Sox head 1-0. Let's be honest, Texas is a break in the schedule. After tomorrow, the next 10 for the Red Sox are against 2 first-place teams and the National League's top wildcard team. So it gets really tough. And that's going to be put-up time.
It is. And that's, you know, sometimes it's, I get surprised at how a team reacts. Remember, this team was pretty much just sitting around 500, and we were worried about the Phillies and Yankees coming to town. And they went 4-2 in that homestand, took both series, and took off for the next month and a half. So sometimes that competition.
But a snag there by Semien. He's up and gunning. It gets him. He stole a hit away from Dom Smith. It's a heck of a pick over there by Semien. And 2 down.
You know, this team may not be where it was in the past standing-wise, but defensively, boy, they still get after it. Semien, Young, Lowe, as in the outfield, go get him. Beautiful play. Good hands.
They do not make many errors. That's one good thing the Rangers can say about this season. Here's Nick Sogard at 281 without a home run. Back to your point, though, it's actually been, I'd say 3 or 4 different times this season where it looked like the Red Sox were maybe teetering, and you were like, okay, based on the schedule, based on the array of starters they're about to face, they might be about to go under. And they have not. They have refused to do that.
Yeah. You get emotional watching 162 one at a time. Right? And they drop a, oh, that's it. Drop 3 straight. That's not a good look. Don't get me wrong. Actually turned out to be 4 straight. Houston. But after that Kansas City game, they rebound.
They'll be hooked into the stands by Sogard. Rafaela would be next.
Get back to that Philly Yankee homestand. It's like, boy, they're in trouble. You know, look at these 2 teams. Best team in the American League, best team in the National League. They take series, gain some confidence with a young group.
Big time. A wave and a miss. That'll put them away. Strike 3. Red Sox will go in order. Is joining us there from Weymouth, and mom and dad are here as well. Sue and John and Sadie, diagnosed with aplastic anemia. I want to ask you about that because you don't look sick. How did you pull that off?
The many blood transfusions and platelet transfusions that I've gotten through the Jimmy Fund.
Yeah, through the Jimmy Fund. So this is a big day for you and your family. And yeah. Hannah, you'd agree to that too. I mean, just being here at Fenway Park, really cool. But what a great day for the Jimmy Fund and for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Sadie, talk to me about the journey. Like, what were you feeling?
So I didn't really realize like how long I haven't been feeling like myself, but after I started getting transfusions and I started feeling better, I realized that I haven't really been feeling well since the winter.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like know what was wrong with me until April, like the week before April vacation, when I got diagnosed with it.
So what happened then? You go in, you're diagnosed. It had to be a big shock for you and your family.
Yeah, it was like my day was normal in the morning. I had school. I got dismissed and I went to my pediatrician for follow-up work from abnormal blood work. And I just got like a finger prick and they told me that I had to go to the emergency room, and then they told me at Children's Hospital.
They tell you right there, go to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That is scary.
Yeah.
And Hannah, what's going through your mind? Well, your sister's going through all of this.
I didn't find out till like that day, and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are very close.
Yeah.
I can tell. And so, I mean, from that point on, what's the battle been like for you? What's your journey been like?
Well, I had to get a port put in Children's Hospital, and then I also had to get ATG, which is when they like inject like horse antibodies into your body.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
to like kill like the remainder of like some of my blood cells, so that way I had like a clean slate.
So, Sadie, I know, like everybody that I've heard, loves the Jimmy Fund, the clinic itself. What I want to know is, you ever taken any part of the trips or the activities? Because I know it's amazing, and Lisa's fantastic over there.
Oh my, it's so amazing. I've gotten to have so many fun experiences and meet so many amazing people. Like, my favorite so far has been meeting Noah Khan,
Oh,
which
wow.
was a really good
You
experience.
met Noah Khan.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
How about Hannah? Did you meet Noah Khan? No. Okay. She's shaking her head no. So that's just for you.
Yeah, she's still mad about that one.
I can tell. I can tell. She's really been out of shape. Two down here. You're going into your senior year?
Yes, I am.
All right. So when you're done with your senior year, what do you want to do?
I want to go to college to be an ultrasound technician. So,
So, and you're an avid soccer player, so I know you play club. You're not going to be able to play this fall in high school, but you're going to be able to play maybe in the spring or the winter, correct?
yes, I also play for my town's travel team, so hopefully I'll be able to do that as well.
So you're a really good player. Travel team.
What
you're a good
position?
player. Yeah.
So, I play like outside wing, forward.
Oh, so you're a scorer.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Olympics?
Yes.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Two down here. Any idea where you might want to go to college? Do you have a couple of choices in mind?
I really want to go to South Carolina. My mom's not too happy about that.
She doesn't want you to leave, huh?
She
It's a long
doesn't.
way from home.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a great school. I've been there many times. It's a great, as you know, it's a great campus. It's a terrific place to go to school.
Yeah.
Have you been there yet? Have you seen it? She doesn't want to take you because you're going to love
Yeah,
it.
because I'm going to love it. I haven't been able to really go anywhere,
Oh.
but once I can, I definitely want to go
Good.
visit.
Well, good luck to you. And if that's where you want to go, I certainly hope you wind up there. It's been a tough journey for you, your family, for Hannah and your mom and dad and everybody, but you look phenomenal and you look like you're in great shape and doing so well. So best to you and to your
Thank
family
you.
as well. Thank you for the visit, too. And obviously, if you want to call toll free, you can do it right now. All donations for the Jimmy Fund, 877-738-1234. Operators are, as they say, standing by. And you can say you really enjoyed the chat with Sadie and Hannah. This one popped up down the line. Ref Snyder to get underneath. And that will retire the side. Ladies, so great to meet both of you. Good luck.
Great meeting you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thanks, Sadie. Best of luck to you. Sox on top here, 1-0. The Red Sox with a 1-0 lead, and Cedar Rafael leading it off here in the third inning. Dave and Lou with you. And Jemai and also TC. Big night for the Red Sox organization, of course. Big 2 days and nights. WEEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon in full swing.
Yeah, it is. Great meeting girls. Sadie, going in her senior year in high school. She looks great. You weren't kidding.
Well, I'm amazed by that, with everything that young lady has been through. And a great smile and a great attitude about life. Mom and dad are just over the moon. Cedar 263 with 13 home runs, followed by Hamilton and then Yoshida. Red Sox snapping a 4-game skid with last night's 10-inning walk-off victory.
Little 5-game hitting streak. Month of August, though, 353. Seeing improvements every day.
Pops that to foul ground and low over near the Red Sox dugout, but can't reach it. Not going to get any help over there either.
You just keep looking up, right? And you see 263 now. This is when, you know, earlier in the year when we hit a $190, but the RBIs were there. Like those RBIs, well, they don't go anywhere. They only go up. That 190 average, that thing can, and it has 263 right now. It keeps this rate up. You're going to see a 270 at some point. But the rest of the numbers Once again, another Rookie of the Year candidate.
Well, still leading qualified rookies in the American League in RBIs, hits, total bases, and runs. He's number 2 in home runs and stolen bases. He's 3rd in batting average and slugging and extra base hits. I'm not sure what more he needs to do, but he's done a lot more defensively on the infield here. Young with the charge. Has to get rid of it quick, and at the tape gets him. Big lunge there by Cedon, but he's out.
They could pick it. It's one of their little secret sauce last year, too. It was great offensively as this team was. You know, this infield defensively was fantastic. You get the ball on the ground, you're usually out. That could save a staff last year that was sort of sputtering, right? Especially the bullpen areas. And this year, same thing. Rotation's a mess. Bullpen, it hasn't been great.
Hamilton 0 for 1. Batting out of the leadoff spot. Of course, Jarren Duran serving game 2 of his suspension. There's no doubt the young man still has plenty to learn. And you hope he's going to learn a lot from this experience. A high fly to left center. Out goes Seager. And in comes Langford. And 2 down.
Red Sox Foundation is guaranteeing a jackpot of $50,000 for the 50-50 raffle. You can buy tickets at redsox.com/5050 through the 6th inning of tomorrow's game for a chance to win half of the jackpot. Proceeds will benefit the foundation and the Jimmy Fund. See official rules and for full details.
Masataka hit by a pitch 98 miles an hour on the tricep in the 1st inning. Best revenge for that is score a run, and he did. Devers doubling him in with 2 down. Red Sox with a 1-0 lead.
Using that speed around the bases.
Yes.
Going from first with that perfect form. Dropping dimes in the pocket.
He does have perfect running form.
The best.
It's not like he runs like Hamilton, but the form is admirable.
Fantastic.
It's also got a beautiful swing.
Hitting the ball in the air a lot more.
Like that. Drills that one back toward the wall. Just above the scoreboard. He's heading into second. Nice play by Langford. Going to be close. He'll slide in. He is out. Not that close in the end as he is cut down. We'll see. You know, the Red Sox will not even think about a challenge here, and it's a 1-2-3. Yeah.
Too well, Campbell. It's good trying to do it. Made a perfect throw right in the bag.
Down, top of the order in Semien, who has 2 career home runs against Cutter. Crawford got on a fly to center in the 1st inning.
I've seen that sweeper in the last inning, and there again to start Semien off. Going back to it, but it's looking pretty sharp right now. Yeah.
He did offer, and it's 0-2.
Probably just a consistency with it, right? Like he'll throw some good ones just like those. You know, mixing that cement mixer, and the guys just aren't missing it.
Seager on deck. Probably the most convenient way to give for the Jimmy Fund right now is text K-Cancer to 20222, and you can donate $25 right now. 1-2, a swing and a miss. He puts him away with a heater at 94. TC heavily involved. He is selling raffle tickets tonight. Tom, where are you?
I'm out here in the bleachers, OB, and we're selling 50-50 raffles. I just sold some here. We got some more over here. How many are you buying?
5, please.
No, buy 10.
No, we can't do that.
All of New England is watching. You sure you just want to buy 5? You should buy 10. You buy 10.
We just did a charity thing last night.
All right, so they're very charitable. We'll take the 5. Thank you. You're on TV. We didn't ask you. You don't get that option. You just, all right. Hey, who wants to be on TV? All right, how many are you buying? $2. All right, you can be on TV. Look up and say hi. You must be a member of the Maloney family. $2.
Oh.
All right, what else? We got some over here. Here, go give him the money. You just made it. You're on TV. I'll be on TV. There you go. $10. What's your name?
Linda.
Linda. Thank you. Finally, somebody ponying up. Who gets this?
Every great show has got to wear the MVP chain, so that's all you
I just was named Sales Associate of the Month, guys. So it's going really well out here.
Yeah.
I might be back for postgame. I don't know. We'll see. This is going great. I found a new gig. Thank you.
Did Jim share the cookies?
Jim shared the cookies. Yes, she brought us cookies before. Jim Rice ate all the cookies.
no cookies left.
It's a very close-knit family. Oh, we got some more. Hey, we got money. He's throwing green all over the place. How much you got? How many you want?
$40.
$40 worth. We might have just cured cancer, guys, at this rate. Listen, thank you. The money all goes to the Jimmy Fund, and I get a slight commission, but that's part of the deal. Don't worry about it.
TC, keep up the good work.
TC is working.
It's even dressed for it.
So, wait, so he left the booth and left the cookies with Jim?
No.
Yeah, that's not going to go well.
I got some, too. That's Linda, the cookie lady. She brought cookies for everyone, or just about everyone.
How much you got?
I love the
much
line.
you got?
How much you got?
How much you got? Listen, how much did that cost you? You got to give me at least as much as that can cost, all right? So that's a lot of money. That's a big can.
Charity begins with how much you got.
We'll take 20, 40, whatever you got, 50. Keep it coming. You got a lot of them. Oh, look at this. We got a hundo, guys.
Wow.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Big time.
There we go.
There we go.
I just hit my quota for the month. I'm going to get a raise.
You got us all covered.
Thank you.
He stepped up. Josh Smith with a cut and a miss. Base is empty here. Red Sox had 1-0.
He's out working. He got a hundy off a guy.
Getting it done.
Yeah, he is. Wow.
When you get people on TV, man, once they realize that camera's on, that's a good idea. Long run here for Connor. Oh, nice play. Connor Wong over near the stands. Balls in the pop up, and they're going to go fast once again. I did have Brock and Lakin Holt with us, who were so involved. Of course, when Brock was playing for the Red Sox in the Jimmy Fund, he was the Jimmy Fund captain. These two ran the Boston Marathon just in 2023. Great to have you both back and throwing out the first pitch as well. What was that like, being back on the field?
Blast. Anytime we come back, I mean, this was home for us for 7-8 years of our lives. You know, obviously the best 7 years of my career were spent here in Boston, and we made it home. And anytime we come back, we always enjoy it.
This is a wonderful moment on the field. You guys got very emotional about this.
We had no idea.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
It was a surprise.
This was a total shock to you guys.
Total shock.
Yeah, we had no idea.
Wow.
Maddie was probably the first person I built a relationship with in the Jimmy Fund.
Thank you.
Whenever I first got over here, so we were very close with Maddie and her family. So haven't seen them in a long time. So Lisa surprised us with that.
Lisa's good at that.
Yeah, and we cried in front of everybody.
Yeah.
As well you should. That was really a beautiful moment. Rafi Devers with his second hit tonight. He doubled in a run in the first inning.
So, Brock, listen, like a lot of players have come through here, and obviously Jimmy Fund means a lot, right? Going to see Dana-Farber. I feel like for you it was more. You know, and I'm just curious, now that you're no longer here in Boston playing because we all get old, how you stay connected? Because I know you do.
Yeah, I mean, with Lisa.
Yeah.
I said it earlier today on air. Me and Lakin and Lisa are in a text thread together. So, you know, I think we loved our time here so much, and it's really the relationships that we built while we were here that have lasted and keep us wanting to come back and be involved. And it's just good people, and you know, you try and surround yourself with good people, and that's what we've done. And there's some great people here in the Boston Red Sox organization, but Jimmy Fund as well, and you know, we try and keep up as much as we can.
Lakin, you guys decide, hey, we're going to run a marathon. But had you run a marathon before?
No.
So what was that like, getting ready to? It's one thing to say we're going to do it. It's another thing to run that distance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them how much we trained for it.
Yeah, well, I was going to get to that. So, you know, 26.2 miles. Most we got was 12 miles.
When you trained?
Yeah, we
gave up.
We really dropped the ball on that one.
We gave up. There's a lot of other better things to do on a Saturday than go for a 20-mile run.
20-mile run. I mean, and then we live in Tennessee where we don't have family. So if I went and ran 20 miles, that's going to take a long time. And then if he had to go run 20 miles. It's an entire day.
Yeah.
So we decided
but you're
not
both,
to do that.
You're both athletes, so you're probably like, well, yeah, we can handle it.
It's a different ball game. 26.2 miles.
And I'm
hats
sure.
off to anybody that runs it,
Yeah.
does it well, and wants to go back and do it again.
And
Well, that's the
run is a soft
Yeah, we
term for us.
participated.
Like,
we participated.
Right.
Well,
right.
the minute
Good
you guys were done, I'm sure you said, "Yeah, I can't wait to do this again." Right? Run another marathon.
Immediately retired. I
Yeah.
hung my run. I do still run. I'm not running like Alex Cora, but I still run. I like to get out and run like the 3-miler, 2-3-miler. Less than 5 is good. Anything above 5 is just it's too repetitive, and I don't need it. You know.
Well, after we finished, we stopped at Copley, and you can't get in or out of the city, so we had to walk through the Fairmont down out of the city to catch an Uber. So there's no telling how much further we had to walk to catch an Uber.
So it was like more like a 50-mile day.
It was a solid day. I mean, I think I had like 57,000 steps or something that day.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was wild.
And all for the Dana-Farber Marathon Challenge. You guys did that, and you guys really got into the community while you were here, and everybody applauds you for that and all the work you did for Dana-Farber and for the Jimmy Fund in the time that you were here, on top of winning a world championship and hitting for the cycle in the playoffs. And
All-Star.
a few other things. Going to an All-Star game, a lot of other things that were done here. You guys really dug into this community. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it meant so much to us. We loved our time here. We loved being a Boston Red Sox and just getting to be a part of this community and living here and, you know, growing our family here. It just became kind of who we were. And you know, I tell everyone, I said if I would have ended my career here, we'd probably still be here.
Yeah, it's nice to give back to a community that loved us so hard, gave us so many good moments and memories.
So I'm glad that Abreu just walked there, because I wanted to ask you, you mentioned Lisa Sherbert earlier, and I've known Lisa for a very long time. I always think that she's like an angel sent down from God, and it doesn't do her justice of who she is. I'm wondering if you could, as far as what she means to you in your experience here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can put it into words, the kind of person she is. You know, I think she's, like you said, she's an angel. You know, not a lot of people can do the things that she does, and you know, we're all lucky to know her, to have her in our lives, and to have her a part of the Jimmy Fund and helping out the way she does.
The Red Sox, Boston, Dana-Farber, great to have you guys in everyone's lives as well. And as you've been on the air with us, look at that total. Well, back at Fenway, top half of inning number 5 with the Red Sox in front 1-0. Cutter Crawford 3 up, 3 down in 4 consecutive innings. Adolis Garcia gets his second look at the Red Sox right-hander. He's 0 for 1 with a tapper to third. Great to see Brock and Lakin back in town. And as Brock left the booth, he said, I meant to shout out to Griff.
Oh, you gotta.
Say, Griff, we're here tonight. Boy Griffin. So there's the shout out to their little guy in there for a strike.
You have to.
He became a big star in Boston, too.
Brock, just one of those guys that really kind of embraced what these next 2 days really mean. Meant a lot to him. Very personal. See, very emotional first pitch.
They're a terrific family. Adorable. 3-1. Low on deck, and then Young.
Well, Gutter's been impressive. We got 6 swing and misses, but executing, locating, stuff looks sharp here early on.
He drops in a strike, 3-2.
Yeah, using little cutters to kind of get back into counts. Doing a fastball a little higher rate than he has in the past. That splitter and we're talking about that curveball. It's been effective, but he's kind of saving it for like Seager Smith, the lefties. This is where he's at right now. Here tonight. Those last 2 pitches against lefties have been really good, Seager and Smith.
Payout pitch strikes him out. Boy, he came back in that count and blows away Garcia. He's very dangerous too at 18 home runs, 1 away.
Yeah, good fastball at 94. But again, it's about location, right? It doesn't matter what kind of stuff you have. If that ball is down and in, it might be launched. But instead, it's up in the zone. That's where you get the swing and miss. So you can can have control and throw strikes, but how's your command? Are you putting it in the zone where you want it? And he did there.
TC hard at work, pushing those raffle tickets. Starts with how much you got.
50 G's. Jackpot.
TC can sell now. Here's the 1-0. Fouled off by Lowe, who was 0 for 1. He's grounded to second.
I like seeing Cutter use that fastball. Right, he can play the north-south game. You kind of fall in love with the east-west with the cutter sweeper, but the curveball, the four-seamer up. Remember last year it was one of the best four-seamer fastballs in the game. That percentage has dropped a little bit.
Yeah, a little old school. Cutter there, 1-2.
It just sets everything up, right? Fastball on top of the zone, curveball on the bottom. He can cut them once in a while in on lefties.
You think guys have fallen in love with the sweeper?
I do. It's funny because like a lot of guys are getting burned by it. Like Pivetta and Crawford have gotten burnt versus righties.
Cut on and missed with a splitter.
Yeah, good split right there.
Back-to-back Ks.
Yeah, the league is so advanced. The league is so good, and this is a great split here in the bottom of the zone. And again, another lefty, right? Nathaniel Lowe. You're seeing curveball split combinations now to these lefties. Still could be an effective pitch against righties. But the sweeper was kind of introduced. Everybody had so much success with it. The hitters are good, and they can start adjusting. Seeing the ball, seeing that pitch now a year. It's getting hit around a little bit more.
Josh Young. Foul tips that to the mid. He whiffed his first time up.
Well, he's looked sharp, and it's really what it's all about. Cutter, Houck getting a second win, Bayo having a strong second half. That's going to determine what this team does.
Fly to center field. Rafaela didn't have to move very far. He's got it. It's another 1-2-3 for 5 consecutive innings. Red Sox coming up to bat here against Urania. Sogard leading things off. Inning 5 presented by Salem 5 Bank. Red Sox have all the hits in the game so far, all 3 of them. And 2 of them by Rafi Devers. Sogard, then Rafaela, and then Hamilton. Nick playing second base tonight.
Even better too for Crawford. 53 pitches through 5. You know, this bullpen is shook a little bit. Bullpen games. Anytime you can give them a little extra rest, it's beautiful. I like Sogard. He's come up here and really done a nice job. I remember seeing him in spring training. I go in the backfield to watch the kids I haven't seen before. I don't need to watch Ortiz take BP again. I was impressed by him. Remember, the guys from Sox prospects do a great job. Ian and Chris, and anybody stand out? And I'm like, tell me more about this kid Sogard. You know, watching him fielding, he separated himself, swings it from both sides of the plate. They gave me a little background, and he went nuts the first 2 weeks of camp.
Got his first big league hit against these guys on August 2nd at Texas.
It's off this pitcher, I believe. 2 RBI knock. He's the kind of guy that does like everything good. And the more you watch him, the more you appreciate it. Maybe nothing great, but when you do a lot of things good, it adds up to it. He's a good player.
2-2. Tell you one thing watching him, it's limited action. Where I think he is exceptional, turning a double play.
Fantastic. That's his first knock right there. And that was a big one. Made it a 6-3 game. Family up there excited.
Oh, Urania thought he had a strikeout there. 3-2.
He's got a good eye too, but you're right. It's second base, especially finishing off double plays. Let's see where this sinker landed. That's a little bit in. He fell down. He thinks it's a strike.
Full count here on Sogard. To Simeon. Made a great play earlier to steal a hit. More routine here. 1 away. Finale of this series coming up tomorrow, and then the Red Sox hit the road for a huge road trip. Heading to Baltimore, not for 3 games, but for 4, and then to Houston.
Yeah, that's a big road trip. Hopefully it can look a little bit differently than they did this past weekend against Houston.
Bounding ball, but foul. Tanner Houck going tomorrow night. It's a slightly earlier start. It's at 6:10. And then 4 games at Camden Yards against the front-running Orioles. They have a half-game lead on the Yankees coming into play tonight. The looper toward right, long run. Simeon lunges, can't get it. Drops down for a base hit. Rafaela will take it. He's on with a 1-out single.
You know, you're just thinking middle of the field even allows him to hit this ball. I mean, look how far off the plate it is. Looks like a little cutter, a little slider away off the plate, out in front of it. But if you're thinking dead pull, you're swinging and missing. The more contact you make, the more hits you get. You talk about the 15 strikeouts last night, how much his team's been striking out. You make contact, you get things like that.
Another one toward the middle, and that'll kick through for a base hit. Off the bat of Hamilton. Rafaela's down to third. Throw comes into second, and he won't get him. They're safe at second and third with 1 away. Back-to-back hits. Red Sox in business. 2 men in scoring position.
A little old school hit and run, it looked like. Rafaela took off, but he kind of really peeked into the plate looking for contact. David Hamilton doing his best Jarren Duran impersonation, right? Taking a little single up the middle, turning it into a double. Creating a second and third situation, taking care of that double play.
Making a note here. Hit and run, just to check that term.
Yeah, right.
You never see that.
No, you really don't. But it's getting the seconds big because the double play would have been in order with Massa up.
Yoshida has been hit by a pitch, also fly to left. Chance to do some damage here. Sox up 1-0 in the 5th.
Massa's feeling fast tonight too, right? Trying to stretch that single into a double.
Maybe a little 2.
2 outs is aggressive.
As you said, the running form is perfect.
Always is.
2-0.
Getting the ball in the air more. You rarely see the rollover, like just that 3-hopper to first or one that second baseman charges in to get the ball in the air here.
Infield leaning in. And a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 away. 294 with runners in scoring position. And he'll lay off that one to count his way now. Would not go for the changeup. 3-1.
1 out here. You most likely, especially with the speed and athleticism and the bases, you're going to be going here on contact. Very good defensive infield, but you still want to put the pressure on them. The field it clean, make a good accurate throw with Rafaela's wheels. Going to take a shot here with 1 out.
Good count for him, and not close. That's going to walk him. Massa aboard again. Mike Maddox, their pitching coach, would like a mound visit here for Jose Urena, and no place to put Rob Refsnyder.
I'm really surprised they got nobody up in that pen. We're at 79 pitches here for Urena. Now, that start against Boston last week was his first time back into this rotation. He's been a reliever. He's gone 69 pitches against the Sox. He went 65 his last out in 4 innings. Now we're in the 5th. He's at 79 pitches, and they got nothing going in the pen.
Nothing yet. Yeah, 27 games for him, only 8 starts coming into play tonight. So most of his work has been out of the bullpen. He had a couple of nice years in Miami. 2017, he went 14-7. He made 31 starts for the Marlins. But he has not been that guy this year, not by a long stretch. He's been out of the bullpen. Remember, the Red Sox hammered him a week and a half ago, and now Refsnyder trying to do exactly that. He has struck out and grounded out tonight. Red Sox with a man at every base. Rafaela at third, Hamilton at second, Yoshida at first, and only 1 away. And ball 1.
They're really stretching him right now. And I was going to say, I kind of expected 4 from him if they could stretch him to 5, but that's the part of this bullpen you want to get to, the middle part. Because their back end, their last 2 guys are legit.
Rob will take a strike. Back in June, Urena took a perfect game into the 6th inning against Detroit. That's what his opponent's doing tonight. And 1-1. He missed with that.
This team right now, they lost 12 of 16. But I tell you, if they get a lead late between Robertson and Yates, oh, Texas, even last night, tough.
He takes a ball. The sinker missing. 3-1. And another promising count. Devers lurking on deck. A man at every base for Boston.
Good sinker. Guy like that with this kind of movement. 50% ground ball rate, 83rd percentile. Coach is looking at him thinking, you're one pitch away from getting me in this dugout, giving me 5 strong, but he'll come back to bite him. Still no action in the pen.
3-2. Up the middle. Base hit. Rafaela in. Hamilton will score on a hot shot up the middle. Refsnyder again in the clutch, and it's 3-0.
Man, how good is Rob? A big game last night, had the walk-off. This is a big spot. You sort of feel with the way Cutter's throwing that you're up big, but it's a 1-0 ball game. This ground ball is hit anywhere else up the middle. Maybe you turn it 2. Instead, it's going to get through. It's hit hard.
Not even a strike.
No, probably down. Hamilton's going to score easily.
So 3-0. Devers has not made an out.
He's fired up. He should be. Quality at bat against righties too, right? Not just lefties.
Right.
It's been such a big part. O'Neill's down. Guys have been hurt in the outfield. He's been filling in.
1 away, 2 on. 2 runs in. They're going to get Pennington active in their bullpen finally, but that took a while.
Forgot his hat. Probably should have been up for this guy right here. We'll see.
Raffy will lay off. Instead, you got a Abreu a couple batters away. Connor Wong on deck. Red Sox have out hit them 6-0. 3 more hits in this inning. Really trying to put a hurt on this guy. He lays off. Another 3-1 count.
Yeah, Raffy's looked a lot better, a lot calmer. I felt like the last 3 or 4 games, very jumpy. Expanding the zone, something we haven't really seen all year long, but here showing some really nice patience, especially on that pitch there.
Yoshida at second, Refsnyder leading at first. Fly ball in center field. Taveras closing on that will make the catch. Runners will retreat. And 2 down. Connor Wong trying to keep it alive after going 0 for his first 2.
After something down, say maybe it's a little bit below the zone. But you remember that first double he hit, that was a ball as well, down and in, or down. Guy like that just got it off the end of the bat just a little bit.
Connor with a pop up and a K so far. With another good crowd. Was the case last night too. Beautiful summer night. Red Sox hit 3-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike.
That should be his last hitter. You got Abreu and Dom Smith on deck at the lefty getting loose. Stretched him out here enough.
There's 2 outs, runners in scoring position. This is where Connor Wong has made his living this year. Swinging a drive, sucked down the line. It is gone. That's a 3-run jack. Six to 0 Boston. Connor Wong touching them all for the 11th time this year.
He makes his living, huh, Obi? And that is the separator. You stretched him, you tried to get him through this inning, you lefties for the lefty on the pen for these next lefties, but you pushed him too far. You could see him starting to lose it. Boats walking out there slowly. That bullpen is spent out there too for the Rangers, but Connor Wong, beautiful swing. Maybe the knockout blow here tonight. Sox up 6.
Well, you said it. Where's the bullpen? Finally. Too late. 6-0. This Red Sox home run brought to you by Audi. Visit your New England Audi. Blooper off the bat of Cedar Rafaela. Gentle little single to right field. And that touched off the Red Sox. Hamilton with a base hit. Yoshida took a walk. Refsnyder with that big single up the middle. One batter later, Connor Wong with a blast into the monster seats. And the Red Sox now with a big 6-0 advantage over Texas. Bennington coming out of their bullpen.
You're right. A lot of times remember the last blow, right? How it started, though. The hustle double by Hamilton. Good at bat, the walk by Yoshida, and a huge swing by Refsnyder to get this thing to 3-0. Of course, Connor just finishing it off.
So it'll bring up Wilyer Abreu as grounded out and taking a walk so far tonight. Yeah, that's certainly more like it, the Red Sox offense. You know, facing one right-hander after another, and there was that long stretch where if you were a right-hander, you did not have much of a shot to beat the Red Sox.
Gilbert, Kirby, Valdi, Lugo, Singer, all of them. Lugo, Singer twice.
0-2.
Throw a righty, this lineup punishes. Give the guys credit over the weekend in Houston, but just didn't seem like they were off. A lot going on too.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of times this team does have stuff going on. Remember how they reacted to Story going down early? They were a mess, right, for about a week defensive. You lost Casas. First base was a mess in May.
That's a great point. It's kind of what we were talking about earlier, that, you know, we go back to that span of games between Philadelphia and the Yankees where everyone was like, oh, they're not going to be able to survive that. Not only did they survive it, they beat up on those teams. And the Red Sox had their best stretch of games there. But before that, back to that first road trip where they lost Story, such a gut punch.
Yeah, it was.
And they were reeling when they came home.
And it took them a couple weeks to straighten it out.
But they did straighten it out. And it's going to be off the plate, 2-2.
Remember, Casas goes down too. What are you going to do at first? Remember that month of May? Your pitching was okay. You couldn't hit. Remember the scoring position month of May? You couldn't do anything. Took a while. Dom settled in there. And then this weekend with Veta skipped, everybody getting hurt.
Strike three. That'll retire the side, but the Red Sox put up 5 and they lead it 6-0. Brilliant. Brought to you by Ace Ticket. Ace Ticket with the best seats at the lowest prices, and he's getting big time run support. Connor Wong with a 3-run blast, and the Sox on top 6-0.
Yeah, he's looked sharp here. A really good fastball. Did some swing and miss on it. And that cutter. You know, I like he's kind of had 3 of them like called strikes, right? So he's kind of been using it 1-0, 2-0 to get back into count, something that Houck does with his slider. That was a good one there. Location was perfect.
Langford gets a piece, 1-2. He's 0 for 1, a fly to left. This is the bottom third of the order for Texas. We'll keep an eye on the other baseball. Minnesota leads Kansas City 3-1 in the third. Yankees are playing the lowly White Sox. No score in the first. Yankees a half a game behind the Orioles in the division. Red Sox 2 back in the wild card coming into play tonight.
Detroit put 11 on Kirby. 13 hits and 3 2/3. Detroit's up 11-1 over Seattle.
It's like 3 months worth against him. Chopped up the middle. Nice scoop here by Hamilton, and got him. 1 away.
Oh, this is a beautiful play by Hamilton. It's one thing I love about this seat. When you look down, you can see the jump. The minute this ball hit that bat, you could see he just took off to his left. Great angle. Shortstop's all about angles. Got to come get this ball, get on that short hop, and deliver a good off-balance throw. Very nice play. Just look at him take off right away. Go right to the baseball. If he takes steps to center field, he gets an in-between hop. I think it probably beats that out. That was really nice.
Carson Kelly popped up to second first time up. And a line drive base hit. There's their first base runner all night. He was perfect until then, was Cutter Crawford. And the crowd saluting him here at Fenway. The first hit, first base runner with 1 away in the 6th.
And he's been so perfect here, literally through 5. You can see in that one, Connor kind of was looking for this one, that little sweeper off the plate. Look at him reach back because it just sort of spins and stays there. That's the problem one.
Taveras 0 for 1. That'll scoot away, but no advance by the runner Kelly. Now, the point you just made is an interesting one about how well you can see things develop up here, because when Brock Holt was here with Lakin a little bit earlier, it's the first thing he said when he sat down. He said, man, you can really see the game up here.
You can see the guys with range and the guys without it.
Without it, too. Yes,
You know?
that's true. Hot shot up the middle, base hit. So back-to-back singles. That'll put runners on at first and second as Texas goes to the top of the order. Yeah, the game looks slower up here than it does down there by a lot. Everybody says that when they come up here.
Well, it's slower on TV too. You hear it all the time. How can you swing it that?
How can you swing it
and
that?
you're like, well, let's see. 94 is coming at me. And
it
how did I
does
swing?
this and this.
Yeah, the curveball in the dirt, the slider away. Well, let's put you in the box.
And by the way, that guy can throw it in a teacup.
Yeah.
He's that good. Simeon crangs that one. That one's deep. That one up near the top of the wall. Off the green. That'll chase in Kelly. Tavares coming into third. He stops there on the double by Simeon. Rangers trying to get back in this game. 3 consecutive hits against Cutter Crawford. That makes it 6-1.
Yeah, and he put traffic in front of the dangerous part of this lineup. I believe this is another sweeper, and it is. And look, that's the problem one, right? The one that just sort of spins and doesn't go anywhere near the outer third of the plate or off the plate. And this inning, he's lost a couple of these sweepers now. And again, this has been an issue. However, hadn't left the yard, right? And this is what we're talking about. Like, just mix in a single, mix in a double. Now you're going to get some action out in that bullpen, but this is a very dangerous hitter. I know there's a base open. I know you're up 6-1. Be careful on the first pitch. Seager, again, 12 home runs on the first pitch.
1 out. He's gone 0 for 2. 2 men in scoring position. Didn't give him any a hit there. The splitter downstairs for ball 1. Not making excuses for Cutter Crawford, but he was sitting for 18.5 minutes while the Red Sox put up 5. So may have fallen out of the rhythm he had. Here's the 1-0 and bounced it for ball 2.
Another splitter. Splitter's been real splitter happy, curveball happy to Seager, Smith, Lowe, the lefties, Tavares.
One man away and a 2-0 to Seager. He takes ball 3.
3 splits in a row. That was a good one. Just laid off of. I'm not giving in here. I know what the score is. I'm just not giving in.
Not with this guy.
He has been on fire lately, hitting homers.
5-time All-Star. And you got nothing to swing at there. On to first. So that'll load up the bases in front of Josh Smith.
Yeah, kind of a strategic walk, and I get it. It's kind of strange. It's just team's best hitter's been killing, right? You go after Josh Smith right now. Still good hitter, swinging it well for these guys, but lately, in August, 186. He's 0 for 2 in this one.
And he's not Corey Seager.
No, he's 8 for his last 45. I've seen it before. Yo, Judge. Austin Wells is going to beat you. God bless him. Right.
You know, if your thought is, and here comes Cora, that Yordan Alvarez is the modern day David Ortiz, I don't mess with the modern day David Ortiz. So he's going to make a call to the pen. It'll be Boozer. And the night is over for Cutter Crawford. There's 4 consecutive base runners after he had allowed nobody to reach first base, but he does have a 6-1 lead. The lefty coming on. We'll take the break and return to Fenway with more in a moment. Time for the BuyFordNow.com call to the bullpen. The left-hander Cam Boozer inheriting a mess. The bases are loaded. Cutter Crawford relieved after officially 5 1/3 and a man at every base.
Boozer's been really good. He went down for that short stint, and as you mentioned, all those flurry of moves over the weekend. He came back up. Bernardino was the one that actually went down, so you're going to lean on him. But fastball, cutter, sweeper, 96. He's been really good. Gets guys to chase. A little bit of a spot here for that ground ball.
One away. Smith has been popped up twice to third and to the catcher. And the first one to the lefty hitter. We were chatting during the commercial break and wondering about, wouldn't it have made a little bit of sense for somebody to go out and talk to Kutter Crawford after Kelly and Taveras both singled in front of the double by Semien? After that long sit he had, this one flared down the left field line, slicing down into the corner. Refsnyder will not get to it. A foul ball.
Yeah, a lot of times you see it, and just could be your last hitter. It's one of those, hey, going to give you a little bit of breather here, go get the guy. But I don't think Bailey likes to go out. You know, he was throwing it well, but you could say 67 pitches, kind of a quick hook. But his stuff did look different the last three hitters.
Did. Here's the 1-1. Just a little high.
And they kind of spun that fast. A little sweeper up there that Kelly had hit. And then to Semien, it was a cutter that just didn't do anything for the double. Missed with his split to Seager early in that count.
Big hack on a cutter, 2-2.
It was like the big inning of the game, right? Connor just explodes it to 6-0 and try to limit the damage as much as possible here.
And now you're really tested with a man at every base. Taveras, Semien, and Seager. And a 2-2 from the left-hander. So he's gone full. Smith this year has been up to bat 7 times with the bases loaded. He does have 2 hits. No place to put him. Boozer's 3-2. Into left center on the move. Rafael. That's going to drop down. Base hit. That'll score Taveras and reload the bases. That'll make it 6-2. Smith coming through with an RBI single. Charge that run to Kutter Crawford.
Yeah, the big pitch in this at bat was the 2-2 slider that missed. Right, that was the pitch to kind of execute. If we foul the pitch off, right back to the backstop, and he just couldn't get him to chase. Couldn't show the plate enough to get him to fish for it. And 3-2, you got to come in to make him earn it.
Better be careful with this guy. Garcia 0 for 2 has hit 18 home runs. He can hit it a long way as he takes ball 1. He recorded the first walk-off home run in Game 1 of a World Series since Kirk Gibson in 1988.
Losing the zone here now. Cam usually coming in, pounding the zone, and when he does, it's the reason why his chase rate's like 36%. That's 99th percentile, because he usually gets ahead and then expands. When you fall behind these guys, you're forced to come in.
2-0 pitch taking. 95 in there. 2 balls, 1 strike.
9 pitches, only 4 strikes here from Cam coming out of the pen. And able to control the counts.
Semien, Seager, Smith loading them up. Time will be granted by the home plate umpire Eric Bacchus. It's gotten quiet at Fenway. Texas trying to rally. Their cleanup man at the plate. Huge cut on the cutter. 2-2.
That's the location right there you're looking for. That's what he wanted with Smith. Just down, just off the plate. Probably could have got him to chase. Missed with it. Had to come in.
And Boozer's 2-2 home.
It's a good pitch from Boozer. Kind of changing eye levels, right? Look, cutter down and in. Get him to swing over it. Try that 96 up and away. See if he uses that to come back down and in again with something breaking.
Trying to get to low that lefty next. The 2-2. And another full count. So in the inning, 4 hits for Texas plus a walk. Trying to battle their way back in it. They've cut it to 6-2. Adolis Garcia. Here's the 3-2 to him. Eighth pitch of this at bat coming up from Cam Boozer. They lead at first, second, and third. And this fight continues.
Adolis, you mentioned it, 0 for 2 hitter night, but 9 for his last 19 coming in. That's a .474 batting average. Getting .333 in August. Only a couple extra base hits, but the hits are coming back here now after a really tough start, average-wise, for Garcia.
The payoff pitch again. And he walked him. That'll force in a run. That'll bring in Simeon. And they continue to cut into this thing. Garcia will pick up his 57th RBI.
They try to go fastball up and in and just missed his spot. Well, Bailey's going to go over and talk with Boozer. This location, you know, you get to certain pitches. It's twice now with 2 hitters. 2-2, we went with the breaking ball, right? Away to lefties, in to righties, and really kind of non-competitive pitch. Didn't show the plate enough to get the swing and miss, to get the fish or the chase. He's got another lefty low here.
And Cutter Crawford started the inning, got the first man on a ground ball to short. But then a couple of singles and a double, and then Seager with the walk, Smith with the RBI single, Garcia the RBI walk, and it is 6-3. Nathaniel Lowe has gone 0 for 2. He has grounded out. He's also struck out.
Well, that's one of those last hitter talks with Sims up in the pen. It's going to be all righties in the bottom third, bottom quarter. So
bases jammed, 1 away. And a miss, did not get the call from the home plate ump Bacchus, and it's ball 1. Another guy who likes to handle the bat with the bases loaded.
Well, that's a good pitch. Could be a strike. It's just that not throwing enough of them to get him.
16 pitches, 8 strikes. That's 1-1.
Lowe's another one that's had a tough August. 176. A lot of guys in this lineup have struggled in August. Not named Corey Seager, that is.
That's right. They've lost 12 out of 16 games. And they have fallen out. Trying to put a hurt on the Red Sox here. Boston with a 6-0 lead coming into this top half. It checked and that missed. His struggle to find the zone continues. Josh Young is on deck. He would be the 9th man to hit this inning. Boozer's 2-1. Kind of all over the place. 3-1.
Yeah, you got to find something now. You can throw for a strike. Not exactly the shutdown inning they were looking for, huh? We got up 6-0. He's in it here. Got to execute location now.
Already had 6 base runners in the inning. Boy, that missed badly, and that forces in another run. Seager will score. That'll make it 6-4. Here comes Cora again. He's not been able to find an answer here in the 6th inning as Texas walks their way back in it. It'll be up to Sims, inheriting the bases loaded. We'll take the break here. Big trouble for the Sox. 6-4 on top, but the bases are loaded with 1 out. Red Sox baseball on NESN, brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. Properties not seen on TV. Visit BuyAToyota.com. And by Boston Fire Cancer Foundation. Your battle is our battle. Lou Merloni, Dave O'Brien with it. Big trouble here. Lucas Sims inheriting a bases loaded situation as you look at the tote board. Josh Young has gone 0 for 2. Only 1 out in the inning and 4 runs in. Red Sox suddenly clinging to a 6-4 advantage. Kutter Crawford removed from the game after 67 pitches. The bullpen has had big time issues as of late.
Yeah, 67, not much, but as you mentioned, it was 6-0 at the time. It was 3 hitters, and the stuff looked different. You know, the sweeper wasn't there. The cutter is missing location.
Well, it gets hit 1 and 2.
Not much, right? But you let him pitch out of it 6-0. You just, bottom line is Kambucha comes in and gives up a knock, walks a couple. So it's, and in the end, Cutter's going to end up giving up 4 earned runs.
1-2 and a liner and a leap and a catch by Hamilton. Everybody gets back. 2 down.
Oh, you'd love to get out of this. Like a sweeper here. Hamilton showing some athleticism, getting up, making it look easy. You know, Sims had a tough weekend against Houston. He came in charged with 4 in that first game that Houck threw great. Give up another run a couple days later.
Here's Wyatt Langford. He actually started this inning by grounding out harmlessly to short. And looked like Kutter Crawford was going to zip through another inning. By the way, the 67 pitches, a season low for Crawford. And can Sims get out of it? Little floater down the right field line. It's going to keep on moving into the seats. 1 ball and 1 strike on Langford.
Well, it's that balance, right? Everybody and their brothers talking about inning totals with Crawford and inning totals with Houck, and 67 pitches, games under control. It's 6-0 here in the 6th inning. Let's go to our bullpen and keep him fresh. We're going to need him all year long, and things just sort of implode after that.
And a 1-1. Hammered foul. Sims looking for a big time bounce back. And he's a strike away.
Got a good fastball too at 94. You don't see it much. He loves that sweeper cutter. There it is.
2-2.
It's a good spot for it too. Going to spin it a lot down and away. Going to show him that fastball, get it above the zone, maybe set something else up, down and away.
Langford 5 for 14.
Yep.
That is in there for strike 3. He pinned the sweeper on the outside edge to get him. Langford said no, but the Red Sox are out of the mess. 4 runs in. It is 6-4.
Boozer.
No longer managing the Texas Rangers tonight. He has been tossed out of the game. It happened during the commercial break after this pitch.
That's a good take by Langford.
Yeah.
It really was. But a pitcher's pitch, and here comes Boch hustling out to home plate. Want to have a chat, and then he gets run. He's going to let him have it a little bit and then hustle back to the dugout as he walks back.
Yeah, we were almost through the entire commercial break by the time Boch got back to the dugout.
Yeah.
But he had a beef, too.
He did.
Red Sox caught a break there on the call by Bacchus.
This is him, just that slow walk. Bacchus wanted nothing to do with it. He actually let him go out there 3/4 of the way before he tossed it.
Did.
Some respect, but it's a big call for Sims. Big call for that team. After all of it, you're still up 2.
Tom Smith with a swing and a miss.
Well, look at the bright side, right? Of course, it was 6. We like stress. Will Venable now taking over.
And a 2-2 off the plate. Smith has grounded out on 2 occasions. He'll be followed by Sogard and then Rafaela. 6-4 game. Tough outing for Cam, and that'll be strike 3 on the cut and a miss. Got him with a sinker. 1 down in the Boston 6th inning.
I was going to say, one great way to answer it, right? To put up a couple yourself. Pennington out here, got him with that sinker at 91. He loves that slider. And cutter to lefties. Going to keep you honest. Pretty much sinker slider to lefties.
Sogard will strike out, and he's grounded to second. Tanner Houck to go tomorrow night. And if you have tickets for the game, it's a little earlier at 6:10 for the first pitch. And the Red Sox take off for Baltimore. And 4 against the first place Birds. They're getting beaten up tonight. 8-2 by Washington in the 9th inning. Looks like the Orioles are going to lose tonight. Yankees have a 2-0 lead on the White Sox there in the 3rd inning. Kansas City trails to Minnesota 6-2 in the 5th.
I feel like that series, they're playing each other, and you sort of, whoever wins game 1, sweep the team, right? Whether it's the Twins or Royals, but looking for the Minnesota to finish them off.
I think the bat boy got drilled by that foul ball there a moment ago off the bat of Sogard. Indeed, good checked out.
Right off the end.
Ooh,
right off the side of the helmet.
Boy, thank goodness for the flap there.
Like smile and reaction right away. Well, now it might have hit him. Yeah. A little delayed reaction. He's all right. Look at him. Still going to go to work. How many balls you need? I got you.
Tough kid.
Wow. He ain't leaving the game. Look at him. Of course, the umpire asked him for 4 balls. Gave him 3. Oh, he's all right.
1 man out, 1-2. And a cut and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks by Pennington. Red Sox have fans 6 times tonight.
Join MLB in our clubs in celebrating Players Weekend Friday through Sunday. We highlight our players and their unique stories behind the bases. Visit MLB.com/playersweekend to learn more.
Cedon going after the first one. He has singled and grounded out to third. 1 for 2 tonight. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox head 6-4. In a game that tightened up real quickly. Line into left center field down for a base hit. Cedon with a wide turn back to first he goes. He's 2 for 3.
And average just keeps climbing. They got a lefty on that mound. 2 outs. Leadoff hitter coming up. Cedon's got 17 bags on the year. You think they're going to try to pick a pitch here. Try to get in scoring position. Looks like Hamilton won't get a shot here. It's going to be Roman.
Romy Gonzalez coming off the bench for Alex Cora. Hamilton tonight went 1 for 3 with a double. Romy with some pop in that bat. And Cora going to take a chance here. If he can lift one out of here. Red Sox already with a home run tonight by Connor Wong, a 3-run shot. That made it very comfortable at that moment. It was a 6-0 lead. And Texas rallying to get 4, and the Red Sox were wild as well to help that cause with 3 walks in that inning, helping to 4 runs. A flick foul by Gonzalez for strike 1.
Yeah, a lot of that's due too, I think, with Hamilton. Remember when he and Valdez were kind of splitting time? How do you decide? They're both lefties. He would go to Hamilton with velocity, but if a guy had that big sweeper, he kind of would go to Valdez. So he doesn't like that Hamilton matchup here. He's aggressive with pinch hitters, has been all year long.
Yeah, Red Sox have deployed 142 pinch hitters. That's the most in the majors. And also lead the majors with 27 pinch hit RBIs. It's not going to happen here. A swing and a miss. That was quick work. Strike 3. Red Sox strand 1. Stays in to play second. Sims still on to pitch as we go to the 7th. And a 2-run game. We saw Laz Diaz, the crew chief, go over and check on Colin Jones. The bat boy got drilled off the helmet.
Colin's been all smiles. Between innings, looks okay. People come down and talk to him, make sure he's all right.
I don't know if this is the case, but it looked like a gentleman who quite possibly had been a doctor, and there's an excellent chance of that in Boston. You know, doctor 2 rows away.
Yeah.
Like he checked on him.
Yeah.
And again, as you said, all smiles.
Yep.
1-2 fouled straight back by Kelly. He's gone 1 for 2 with a single. He scored one of their runs in the 6th inning when they rallied to get 4. Looked like the Red Sox were about to go into cruise control. Not so fast. Here came the Rangers. Red Sox weren't throwing a lot of strikes either in that inning. That's high and tight.
Yeah, that's a big inning here. You know, you're hoping that you can kind of counter that, right, and answer it in the bottom of the 6th, put another run or 2 up. You didn't. So now here you are in that 7th inning. You got to stop it now. Put up a big 0 here if you're Sims.
8-9-1 due up here in the 7th inning for Texas.
That's why these first 2 hitters are real important before you get to Semien and Seager.
Cut on and missed with a sweeper. He struck him out. And a good start to the frame for Sims.
That thing is filthy. Look at the movement on this. Horizontally away from Kelly. Just showed kind of the bottom of the zone, middle of the plate out of his hand. Right there, you're thinking fastball maybe outer half. Good night. Left-hander batter's box, not even close.
1 man away. Taveras has gone 1 for 2 with a base hit and a run.
That's a big hitter again. The guys like Semien and Seager up top. See him get up with nobody on.
Someone raked down the line, but foul off the bat of Taveras. Leads their team with 13 stolen bases, so he can run if he gets on. 5 for 12, couple of home runs against the Sox.
Yeah, he went back-to-back nights down in Texas. Homer in back-to-back nights in a nice series.
1-2. That one ripped to right field. Abreu on the sprint won't get there. They'll take a hop and it's off into the seats for a double. So he's at it again. His 2nd hit in this one. This comes with 1 down.
So this is curveball. It's a big breaker. Just ends up right where the lefties love it. All right, you want to get that down and in more, maybe backdoor it, but down and in the strike zone. Just tell by that swing.
Brings up Semien, 1 for 3 with a double. And a pop up going out. Sogard still on the back pedal, lunges, and he's got it. Runner Taveras back to 2nd, 2 gone.
That's a big out. It's the first pitch, breaking ball just off the end of the under the bat. I'd like to see Rafaela maybe take a little bit more control on this. You can tell about halfway there was a little bit of panic. Nick thought he had it there. They had to keep going. That's when you want your outfielder to come in and really take control and take that ball. Much easier play.
So it'll be Horn coming on to take on Corey Seager. And we will take the break. A man at 2nd for Texas. 6-4 Boston. Brought to you by Subaru of New England. There's a lot to love about a brand new Subaru. SubaruofNewEngland.com, and by WB Mason. Shipping and packaging supplies delivered fast with no expensive freight charges.
Well, this is last night. Similar situation. First pitch breaking balls. 12th home run of the year on the first pitch. You had a base open as well here with 2 outs. Same scenario. Be careful on the first pitch. Pitcher's pitches here this whole at bat.
That was a blown save. Seager tonight 0 for 2 with a walk and a run.
Where was that? Right there, bottom of the zone.
Taveras with a 1-out double, leading at 2nd. Now 2 down. 2-0.
You know, again, just like Crawford last inning, I know it led to a mess of an inning. You know, another lefty on deck. I'm still not giving in to this guy. He has been locked in here recently.
Been so hot. His damage has come with a long ball. Rips that one right at Smith. Out number 3.
Piece of cake. Oh, this ball was hit hard. You got to head to the fastball right to Dom. Just lift that glove. That's how you get Seager out, huh?
Bottom 7. Red Sox with a 6-4 lead on Texas here in game number 2 of the 3-game series. Red Sox winners last night in 10 innings. Massa has scored 2 runs. He's been hit by a pitch and drawn a walk.
That's such a big out by Horn. I know he smoked it right at Dom Smith, but when you're talking about the top of the 7th, the goal now is to never see Seager in that box the rest of this game.
It was an absolute frozen rope, but hit right at him. He's one tough out right now.
He is.
He checks and that'll miss. 3-1. Ref Snyder next. Red Sox 8 hits, Texas 5. And a 2 hopper. Simeon will handle that. And then 1 gone. Time for us to take a look at FanDuel's same game parlay. You can bet $5 and win $69.15.
Hopefully Seager never gets up again. Sorry.
Ref Snyder had a big hit in the 5th inning, a 2-run single. None bigger than Connor Wong's shot 3-run homer in that inning when the Red Sox opened up a 6-0 lead. High fly to right field. Garcia plenty of time to get there. And 2 down. Raffy next.
I'll tell you, Pennington's come in and done exactly what Boch has wanted. And I don't know if he knew he was going to answer with 4 there in the 6th, but come in now, give you a couple innings and punching guys out. Not many base runners. Got 4 strikeouts.
Will Venable taking over the ball club. Boch now watching the game on the tube in his office. Raffy in the thick of it. RBI double and a single. 2 for 3. Good to see him break out after a 2 for 19 skid. Bases are empty and 2 away. A little trickler here. Pennington off the bump, guns a strike, and that's all. Red Sox will go 1-2-3. To the 8th inning, Red Sox up by a couple of runs, 6-4 on Texas, and Bailey Horn stays on to pitch. And we'll take on Josh Smith here, who contributed with an RBI single in the 6th inning when they made their run back in it. Although he has been struggling at the plate. He will look at a ball. Kelly getting going in the bullpen. Kenley's been moving around out there too. And a left-hander with a 2-0 and a strike.
Well, a lot of guys have been used here a lot lately. I imagine if it's inning in the 3rd, Kenley might be available, but you got left, right, left here in the 8th for Horn. You got to find the zone, get ahead, and control the counts.
Right hand hitting Garcia up next. And then low. Here's the 2-1.
That's a good one to get back into it. The problem too is you bring in Kelly and you lock him in for 3 hitters. Right, so if he starts getting in some serious trouble, you got to wait a while before you bring Kenley back in.
On the 2-2, high fly center field. Rafaela backing up to the track, and makes the play. 1 man out. Hey, look younger, feel younger. Get your hair back with Tom Caron's hair doctor, Dr. Matthew Lopresti. Free in-person and virtual consultations at 1-800-GET-HAIR.
Cedon, he goes back and forth from short to second, but when center field and shortstop, when he starts getting a few games in a row at each, you start seeing the defensive ability. I do think that when he's at short for a while and goes to center, there was a few games with the jumps you weren't accustomed to seeing, right? But then you give him 4 or 5 games in a row out there and you start seeing it again. He went back on that ball easily.
Garcia took a massive cut in a curveball, 0-2. And then you see the great jumps, and then you see him diving after every other line drive and making a catch.
Coming out of nowhere.
But he's fun.
It does seem to take a game or so, right? When he's sitting on short for a while and goes to center, or goes to center and then comes to short for a while. Which is natural. Still amazing he's doing what he's doing.
Remember early in the season when he was going after one, he was wearing that chain, and it came up and cut him?
Oh, yeah. We got rid of that chain, I think. Now we got a little something else going. He's good out there.
Pretty good at short, too.
Yeah.
2 will dip downstairs, a fastball.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we talk about defensively, the grading system. Like, he doesn't get really credit for what he can be because he moves back and forth. I know metric-wise, defensively, they don't really love him there. I still think if he played more there, he'd be even better. Same with center field.
Swing and a miss to set him down. A curveball ate him up. Garcia down hacking. 2 gone.
And this is what you're able to do too. When you get ahead, 0-2. Now you can start expanding. Now you got the hitter thinking, and you get him to take swings like this on the breaking ball in the dirt. If the count's 2-0, he ain't offering it that. But when you get ahead early like you did against Garcia, now you expand. Makes any pitcher better. Missing strike 1 as they did in 6th inning. Caused a lot of problems.
Lowe is 0 for 2. He walked with the bases loaded. That happened back-to-back for Texas in the 6th inning. Got them back in the ball game. So a tight one here in the 8th. Nobody on base and 2 away. I wonder too about Cedon. It should work the other way, but I wonder if it's hurting him not to have a position that everybody identifies. We're talking about Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Is it working against him in some weird way when it should be working in his favor that he can play 2 positions at the major league level at that level?
Well, I think he still grades out well in center field, but not so much at shortstop. And you would hope that rather than just looking at a computer and numbers, you would hope there's a human element, realizing he's playing 2 of the toughest positions in the sport, shortstop and center field, and give him credit for it.
It's a bullet into right field for a base hit. Lowe with a single coming with 2 down. And now it's Kenley by himself out there in the pen.
Yeah. Well, the minute you got a couple outs, inning in the 3rd, it's all Kenley. Kelly, you sit down, and it looks like you're going to get him right here.
So a little extra work for the closer tonight. About to happen here in the 8th inning. Red Sox with a 6-4 advantage, but a base runner. That'll bring up the tying run to home plate for Texas. We'll take the break to 2 down in the 8th. Red Sox 6, Texas 4. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Nissan. Save big before summer ends at the summer end of summer sales event. Plymouth Rock, the official auto and home insurance provider of the Boston Red Sox, and by Rubenstein Law, the official injury law firm of Red Sox coverage on NESN. So Kenley on for 4 outs. Inherits a base runner. Pitching in his 40th game. 441 saves, 4th most in Major League history, behind former Red Sox Craig Kimbrel is at 440. Moving one in front of him.
Well, not much of a base. He's got 2 bags, but he's not really running. However, if he does get that big leg kick from Kenley, I think you might be able to steal the bag. So he could be on the move. He gets the right pitch.
Lowe with a base hit with 2 out. Checked up.
One thing we've seen from Kenley lately, more use of the slider. He's just putting it in the back of guys' minds. He's throwing 4, 5, 6 maybe in an outing, whereas before it was cutter, cutter, cutter. Just giving a guy a different look. It's a good pitch.
By him with that cutter at 92, 1-2.
Foxy trying to get Solgaard's attention wanting more up the middle.
Trying to finish him here with a 1-2. Fly ball into right. Abreu, plenty of space back there. Willier will make the catch to retire the side. One hit, one left. By Google Cloud.
Oh, it's a difference in the game right here. Connor Wong, a 3-0 ball game, takes this sinker down and in, make it a 6-0 game. 104.7 off the bat, 375 feet, 68 feet high. Good enough. Got over that green monster. It was a big shot right there.
Pitching change presented by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Jose Leclerc coming out of their bullpen. Just gave up a 3-run home run to Stanton and the Yankees on Sunday. Part of his .450 ERA. Connor 1 for 3, then Abreu, and then Dom Smith here in the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox 8 hits, Texas with 6. Connor's home run is 11th. That bullet into the monster seats in the 5th. When the Red Sox took a 6-0 lead.
That was a big shot. At the time, felt real comfortable, didn't it?
Very much.
With 4 answers, 4-run next inning. Here we are.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And you give Sims a lot of credit too, by the way, in that inning. You think about it. I mean, it could have got uglier. He still walked out of there, like I said at the time, with a 2-run lead. That thing could have been tied. He could have been trailing easily.
Felt like it was heading that way. Here's another high fly ball left field. That one deep back toward the wall. And will catch the monster and bounce over Langford's head. That's going to be a double. And a nice start for the Sox here in the 8th. His 2nd extra base hit tonight.
Yeah, nice way to start the 8th here. You never score enough, right? Got a nice little 2-run cushion, but still, this one just got in on him a little bit, it looked like. Try to get that top hand, which he does so well. That's why he's got pull side power. I thought this ball had a chance, but you could see maybe in on his hands just a little bit, kind of halfway up the wall. Sure, he'll take it.
So Abreu trying to pick him up. Willier 0 for 2 with a walk.
Now you want to kind of get him over, right? That's your goal as this hitter. You got a 2-run cushion here in the 8th. You want to see that ground ball to Semien you'll take. Deep fly ball right center. Wong's got some wheels. Get him to 3rd.
1-1. Talking to Willier today about a guy you feel pretty good about when you're at home plate. I said not a guy you own, but a guy you see really well. He said Corbin Burns.
Oh boy.
So that's a good one. Little flare to center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Wong had to wait on it. He's into 3rd, stopping there. And a base hit to put runners on the corners and nobody out.
Well, you knew Leclerc was going to kind of pepper him away, right? As we were talking about, left-handed hitter, the last thing he wants is that little slider down and in or a sinker in or half to let Abreu roll over and move the runner. Well, he just kind of gets a piece of it, luckily off the end of the bat. Allowed Wong to get to 3rd base, and even better. Now you're 1st and 3rd. And the infield's going to come in here. They can't give up this 7th run. They're going to try to cut Wong down at the plate.
Tom Smith, the hitter, 0 for 3. Nobody out. Red Sox looking for a little bit of breathing room here in the 8th inning. Up by 2. And a strike.
Oh, my God.
Baca said strike 1. Take a look.
Wow. What are we doing? I think he's still rattled by Boch.
Maybe. Had to throw him out of the game.
Bochy's in the locker room laughing.
0-2.
Yeah, you got to really clear your mind now if you're Dom. You can see that swing right there. That was an awkward swing from him after that first pitch. You should be ahead of this count. A good spot, 1-0. Clear your head, get back into this count.
0-2 from Leclerc.
See, that's a nice job, because that 0-1 swing was just, I'm still upset about the first pitch. This one here is a really nice take. That's a strikeout pitch from Leclerc.
Glad you edited yourself on.
Yeah,
upset.
I was close.
Infield leaning in on a 1-2. A little pop up into left along the line. Langford coming on. Is this going to drop? It will. It falls in. The runner had to hold at third. Everybody's going to be safe to load up the bases. They were all looking at each other down that line. Are you going to take it? Are you going to take it? It drops in.
Dom will take this knock. Now Connor Wong does not score on this, because as you see, he's tagging. Now he's not going to score if somebody catches this. He's just not, right? So that's one where, especially with everybody leaving the bag and no one covering, you want to, rather than go back, you want to take 3 or 4 shuffles and get down that line a little bit to see if it drops. And then maybe you can score, even though Langford's coming in, got a nice one hop. Maybe you don't even try it, but still, that's probably the discussion right now, because you're not tagging on that ball.
Sure,
if somebody catches it, you're not going to score.
Too close. Young and Seager and Langford all staring at each other. And it falls in. So the Red Sox have the bases all loaded up with nobody out. Really trying to take command of this thing in the 8th inning. And Sogard will be the hitter. That discussion continues with Hudson.
Yeah, I'd be smiling too. That was a beautiful thing. It's been better if there was a little RBI attached to it, but even then it would have been a risky play with nobody out, right?
Sure. Sogard is 0 for 3. Nobody out. Rakes that one foul. He jumped all over that cutter.
Now, this is one thing you kind of notice, right? Sogard, first week in the league. They know he's a dead red hitter. Hit a fastball, power fastball's been anybody in the Red Sox organization. Now he's starting to see these little cutters and sliders in underneath the barrel.
Base hit into right. Wong chased in. Abreu coming. Garcia's throw. He dives. He's safe at home. Nick Sogard with a big hit. 8-4 Boston. 4 consecutive hits in the 8th for the Sox.
Well, that's a nice little cushion. A nice swing from Sogard. Talking about the sliders underneath the barrel. Problem is this one, it's up. You know, it's not that down and in that we've seen some swing and miss from Nick here early on. This one is up. He gets a good piece of it. Hits that hole with the infield drawn in. Good throw by Garcia, but the athlete of Abreu, this is what we're talking about, the 5 tools. He can do a lot. Big couple of runs for the Sox.
Nobody out for Cedon Rafaela. Good night for Cedon. 2 hits already. First and third. And he'll wrap that one foul for strike 1. Red Sox snapping a 4-game losing skid last night. That took 10 innings. Trying to get it done in 9 tonight. Connor Wong started with a wall ball double. Abreu with a base hit. Dom Smith a fortuitous single. Sogard with a base hit to score 2. Cedon's hitting .378 this month.
266 batting average.
Yeah. Up it goes for the rookie. He'll pop this one up sky high around home plate. Who will take it? It'll be Young at third to make the play. The runners stay put on the corners, 1 away. And the top of the order. And Romy Gonzalez.
By the way, you know, nobody up in the pen. Still a 4-run game. You don't want to mess around. Even if you hit a 3-run bomb. To be honest with you, Kenley might be the most rested guy out there right now. Only a couple pitches to 1 hitter. Easy 8th for him.
Romy 1 at bat, struck out. Here's a look at the bullpen usage as his pitch is thrown.
Look at this. Kelly was up early. He's thrown 3 out of 4 days. I mean, this guys, you know, Martin, he's just not going to go back to back. You know, he's just kind of coming off that IL. They're not going to go there with it.
But Martin looked good last night in there for a strike. What a weapon to have back. Strike throwing machine he is.
He's getting reminded like who he is, right? When he's right.
Yeah.
You bring in Sims, you bring in Garcia, there'll be spots for them, but if you can get Martin back, the 8th inning is his.
One away, first and third. Runner at first breaking and a pop-up. Foul ball over near the stands. Again, Kelly coming over. A lot of help, but that's going to bounce away. And a count 0-2.
Sogard's got a bag here, up here. He had 10, I believe, down in AAA. And I like it. Leclerc is long to the plate. He takes a while in that windup.
Yeah, Sogard was taken off on that pop foul.
We got Kelly kind of right around league average, 198 pop time, nothing great. Infield's in. Not much speed at third and Dom Smith, but they're going to give you that. You can take it all day long to get out of that double play situation.
2 strikes on Romy with 1 out. Runner goes again and let him have that bag, and that's a ball. Sogard down to second.
Yeah, infielders didn't even move, and that was kind of the giveaway on the foul ball with Romy. Kind of pick up on that. The infield is in. If nobody covers, they're going to give it to you. They took advantage of it.
2 men in scoring position. And a high fly ball off the end of the bat. Here's Langford. Smith going back. He's going to try and tag. The throw is cut. Man in a rundown as the run comes in to score.
Nice job by Sogard to stop. Take that throw. Might have been a close play at the plate. That one run is very important for the Sox right now.
Yeah, the Sox now on top 9-4 in the end of the 8th inning. Well, look at the tote boy. The Arbella Insurance Foundation is the proud presenting sponsor of the WEEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, dedicated to striking out cancer. For every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher, the Arbella Insurance Foundation donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund, up to $100,000. Arbella, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. Hope you can still get in. Number of ways to do that. Ways to give tonight. As Kenley looks to finish this one up. Red Sox with a 9-4 lead to the 9th inning.
Get that over $1 million before the last out, can't we?
That would be nice. Toll free at 877-738-1234. You can text K Cancer to 20222 to donate $25 right now. Day 1 of the WEEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. Wyatt Langford, the leadoff man in the 9th. He's gone 0 for 3. They'll wrap that one on the line. Closing out at Ref Snyder. He's got it. One away. Carson Kelly will be next.
A little more like what we've seen from this Red Sox lineup.
Yes.
Right tonight. Kind of, especially against right-handed pitching. I know what happened over the weekend, but sort of snowball. But if you could take this one and try to pull tomorrow out, get back to 500 on this homestand.
Kelly looking to strike.
Buck is extremely inconsistent. That was the 0-1 pitch he just threw to Langford. He called the ball.
Minnesota is blasting Kansas City 13-3. They're in the 7th inning. High drive, but he's going to hook this one to the Coca-Cola section. And the count 0-2. So if that score holds up, and this one as well, the Red Sox would be 1 game out in the wild card race going into play tomorrow.
It's got Jim up there, isn't it? Yeah, that's a big one. Kansas City at home, boy. We saw what they do. They swing it at home, man. On the road, maybe a different story.
Yeah, they're in Minnesota. Yankees have a 3-0 lead over the White Sox. They're in the 6th inning. Washington beat Baltimore 9-3, so the Red Sox would also gain ground in the division. And a 1-2. That one gets him a cutter in to strike him out. 2 up, 2 down in the 9th.
Yeah, you talk about looking around the scoreboard. That's what we do, right? Up here, that's what fans do. That's what everybody does. These guys, this game is the most important game. You go out, you win a ball game, and come home at night, maybe take a peek. Obviously, like to see it, but you're looking at Seattle, you're looking at Kansas City, Minnesota, Houston.
It's half the fun.
Yeah.
In there for a strike on Taveras.
I mean, what else are you going to do? I'm looking at the scoreboard in May. Because, I mean, it's a long day. I could give myself a few minutes just to peek.
Hey, we're 118 games into the season,
Yeah.
Popped up down the line. Raffy over near the seats. It came back. He's got it. And that is the ball game. Red Sox win it 9-4. They bounced back nicely here against the Rangers with back-to-back wins.
Yeah, the bats came alive. A different night for Kutter Crawford. He's perfect through 5, and then going to end up looking up there and seeing he gave up 4 runs. But I thought it was a good step forward to him. I thought his stuff was sharp. And again, it's about the bats. So you come out here tomorrow, you got a Texas team that's reeling here a little bit. You try to take advantage of it, and you get greedy and try to go for that sweep.
Big shot there by Connor Wong, and a nice night. 3-run homer and a double. This Red Sox win, presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. TC and Jen coming your way next.